Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Living on Blockchain. Today, we are speaking to Ganesh. He's the CEO at IBA. He's had a very interesting career trajectory so far. He was a part of the media industry, the entertainment industry, and now he's helping IBA with setting up of various verticals of different niches, different sectors, and how blockchain technology can actually revolutionize each of these sectors. So this is a very, very interesting conversation once again. I think I say this for all these conversations, but I'm just really lucky that I get to talk to all of these very intelligent people and exchange ideas with them. Coming back to this conversation, this particular conversation was interesting on two accounts because this is somebody who has vast experience working in the media and entertainment industry, and now they have come to realize the importance and just how relevant Web3 technology is and how it's going to become even more relevant in the coming days for every sector beyond finance. And the other were just his insights and tidbits on how the IBA is trying to create more content and evangelize folks in India around Web3 technology. So I can't wait for you guys to hear this. Let's deep dive right in. Hi, Ganesh. How are you doing today?
Hi, Tarusha. I'm doing good. Always good.
Brilliant. Good to know. So, for our listeners, can you tell us a little about yourself and how you got into Web3? You started your journey with media and the entertainment industry, and now you're deeply involved in emerging technology. So, we'd love to know a little about your journey as well as your background.
Thanks for this question, Tarusha. My journey has always been transformation. When I started my career, I started my career in late 82. That's when the animation industry was moving away from pen and paper to mouse and keyboard.
Right, right.
Similarly, the film industry, from optical effects to visual effects, um, from tons and tons of reels to hard disk, video tapes got into hard disk. Same in the newsroom system, the pen and paper replaced by keyboard, and so on. I mean, there have been so much of transformation that I've been seeing. So whatever transformation that is still going on in terms of transitioning from Web 2 to Web 3 and all those things, this is not new to me. I'm used to this transformation.
That's lovely to know. So, but you've made quite a leap, right? You were associated initially with media and entertainment. Can you tell us a little about that? And how did you actually get into Web3? That could be a very interesting topic to sort of cover because I think I'm always fascinated by how people come across Web3 and why they kind of stay there.
So, as I told you earlier, like I've been seeing only transformation in all through my 42 years of media and entertainment space. Having said that, and when I took retirement from active employment, and
Right.
then I moved from tier two to tier three or tier one to tier two city,
Hmm.
uh, that's when I thought, like I should give back to the community, whatever this community gave me. And fortunately for me, I happened to come across India Blockchain Alliance, and they were very keen in taking me in so that I can look at how to transform this media and entertainment industry. Since we are in the creator industry, and media and entertainment creates tons and tons of material, be it news, be it entertainment, be it infotainment, be it games, all are part of creator economy.
Right, absolutely. That is true, and how do you, okay, first I would love to know from you because, you've worked on both the sides. What are the kind of key differences between working in the traditional media industry and navigating the evolving landscape of Web3 technologies and blockchain-based innovations?
Um, See, like any other industry, media industry is also hard pressed for revenues.
Right.
The ad revenues are drying slowly, and people want to innovate in terms of how they can achieve their revenues for growth. That's how the blockchain and the emerging technologies are trying to help them in terms of one, how they can make the readers for a newspaper, how they can incentivize the readers while they are subscribing for their e-paper and stuff like that, in terms of
Right.
monetization and loyalty programs, and giving them something additional so that they see the value of subscribing to a newspaper. And similarly with the film industry also, how they can incentivize people to come to the theaters, because slowly um, the theaters are becoming an experience zone. I mean, no longer
Right.
go to a theater, buy a ticket, and then sit and watch the movie and come. I mean, when you go and experience something. So all these are helping the emerging technology to help them on increasing their revenue, increasing their user base, and at the same time maintaining whatever they are doing.
Right, absolutely. So, as a part of the IBA, can you tell us a little bit about your role there?
So I will I will quickly touch upon in a second that what IBA is all about. And like
Hmm. Yeah.
IBA is India Blockchain Alliance. It is a not-for-profit organization. We
Okay.
don't we don't make any revenue in this organization. We only evangelize and we only popularize the emerging technologies here
Hmm.
uh, by advising corporates and government on adapting these technologies.
Okay.
So I came into IBA as director media and entertainment and digital technologies, and after a few months, they felt that I should become chief operating officer, and
Hmm.
they made me a chief operating officer. After taking over as chief operating officer, I have created multiple verticals inside India Blockchain Alliance,
Okay.
starting from automotive and EV, agriculture, the media. I mean, since the media is in my blood, I broke media industry into multiple verticals. For example, print as one vertical, broadcast as one vertical, film as one vertical, music as one, sports as one. Like that, there are several verticals that has been created. Closer to 21 verticals have been created inside IBA. And we have brought in honorary advisors to head all these verticals. People who are entrenched in that industry.
Hmm.
For example, if you take fashion, we have a person from the fashion industry
Right.
with that particular vertical. Similarly, for healthcare, for agriculture, for each and every vertical, we have a person who has put in at least 25 years of experience in that particular industry and who wants to contribute back to the industry using emerging technologies.
Right. Okay, so you're bringing in people who are experts and making them head these verticals. And primarily, you would describe IBA's role as a role where when it's trying to perhaps create more, create the right kind of perception about this technology with the populace and generally evangelize.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
and
exactly what we are doing.
so, what are the kind of initiatives IBA has taken for to basically meet its goal of evangelizing and making sure that the right kind of information is being pushed out so that more people can understand this technology?
The initiatives are all coming from each and every vertical head. In terms of if you take fashion, for example, how blockchain can enable fashion industry, how
Hmm.
AI is playing a big role in the fashion industry, how the customer experience is transforming the retail via AR, VR, virtual reality, and all those kind of stuff. And this is common across the industry. I mean, you take healthcare, this,
Right,
how the EMRs can be blockchain enabled so that nobody can tap into any of those records. So each and every industry, because we have those industry experts, they come from that industry, and they are giving us, this is the kind of problems that this industry is facing, and
right.
then we brainstorm and say that whether AI is helping them, blockchain will help them, like that. So we kind of build the offerings that can be taken to that particular industry and popularize those offerings so that people can adapt to those offerings.
Hmm.
And because we are coming from a not-for-profit organization, and
Hmm.
because we don't do any billing, people do tend to believe us that yes, here is somebody who has not come to make a sale to me.
Right, right. Yeah. They're genuinely basically trying to perhaps push out the right information because there's no other incentive.
Yes. And also what we are doing is, like we are creating regional chapters.
Okay.
We have Northwest, East, and South.
Hmm.
And now we are trying to create chapters in Punjab, chapters in Chennai, chapters in Coimbatore, like that. City-wise chapters we are creating to evangelize the blockchain and emerging technologies, where we are building communities who are like-minded people will come into this community, share their knowledge, share their experience, share their problems, so that the community can address this. And also, education is one of the main areas for us where we are creating multiple educational activities which can be taken to schools, colleges, and even for upskilling and reskilling market.
Right. That is wonderful. I think ultimately the onus just fall on the builders for the perception to be able to change in the populace regarding this technology. And I strongly believe that. And you guys are perhaps championing this in a massive way. So more power to you, folks. Is there a way that entrepreneurs or builders can actually join this organization? Because from what my understanding is, it's a non-profit and voluntary organization to be a part of.
Yes, we are building a membership community, and
Okay.
there is slightly going to be some change in
Hmm.
whoever the member they want to be part of this India Blockchain Alliance. We are
Okay.
trying to take some scrutiny before taking anybody,
Hmm.
and then we are taking them as members, and we are kind of evaluating how this member can add value to
Right.
the blockchain alliance so that the community gets benefited by that.
Absolutely. It would only make sense. See, I do think that opening up membership for everybody, you will get the crowd, but perhaps not the kind of right value that you would want the alliance to have. So some amount of vetting is definitely good, and we'll watch out, the website and the space to basically, if there are any listeners who do want to join, they can perhaps get those details from your website and your social handles, correct?
Yeah. So currently, the website is in the process of revamping. They may
Okay.
not find much about the membership there, but they can write to us and we will communicate back with them until everything goes onto the website.
Awesome, brilliant. So they can find the email on the
Yes.
website. Or,
Yes.
all right, okay. So that's lovely for our listeners who do perhaps think that they have something to contribute to the IBA. Please do write into Ganesh and his team, and they will revert with the perhaps next requisite next steps. So this is very, very exciting, and because you are again somebody who's a part of the IBA, and you have all of these folks who are very experienced in their fields. Obviously, you're creating a very powerful organization, and once again, more power to you guys. But I really want to sort of ask you about the regulatory environment, because I do think that I'm sure that you guys are doing some work in that space as well. The rapidly changing regulatory environment is a fact, I think, in Web3 all over the world. Can you provide perhaps some insights into the current status of the legality of cryptocurrencies in India and what impact this has had on the adoption of blockchain technology and the number of businesses working in this space?
Government is very keen
Okay.
to promote blockchain and make people adopt blockchain because blockchain is a trust that you are building. It is something which nobody can break it, and it gives absolute transparency. You will be surprised there was one full day event that happened during the COVID time.
Mm-hmm.
Election Commission of India was exploring along with IIT Madras on how the elections can be blockchain enabled. So that is the level of,
That is very big, right?
yeah, it is. I mean, if, so as IBA, we have done few work at the corporate level
Hmm.
where corporate voting has been blockchain enabled.
Right.
But Election Commission of India thinking of blockchain is something really, really great for us. That's the level of the commitment that the government has in terms of blockchain.
Right.
And see, this is one big perception that everybody has got. When you say blockchain, it is cryptocurrency. It is not.
Yeah.
And
Exactly. Yeah.
blockchain doesn't have anything to do with cryptocurrency. Initially, it was, but blockchain has moved much beyond cryptocurrencies. And regulatory in that term, yes, the government of India is trying to regulate it as much as possible. Cryptos are still not a legal tender in India, but outside India, there is no issues at all. I mean, Dubai government has adapted to cryptos, and a lot of other governments in Europe and US and have adapted to cryptos.
Right. Absolutely. So, my question, the follow-up question perhaps would be that, the government seems, according to you, very pro blockchain technology. And obviously, we as people who are building within the space do understand that blockchain technology is so much more than just cryptocurrencies. And it sounds all hunky-dory and good. Yet there is, a lot of taxation that is being perhaps levied upon crypto in general. Do you think that this has an impact on the way perhaps builders perceive the country as well as a favorable or an unfavorable jurisdiction to be building in?
No, not at all. As I told you earlier, blockchain and cryptos are two different activities.
Right.
The taxation, there is no separate taxation that if you are a blockchain enabled, you pay more tax. There is nothing like that.
Hmm. Yeah, that is absolutely there. But there has been a lot of noise on Twitter and on all of these social networks wherein the high taxation is something that people keep talking about again and again. What is your personal opinion about around taxation and the level of taxation that is being levied upon on traders?
So, I mean, we are used to taxation right
Right.
from the time when the king was ruling.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
So the taxes are common, whether it is a king or a democratic government.
Hmm.
Taxation are there. I mean, if some country has to develop their infrastructure, they need money.
Right.
And the taxation in some areas, it is quite high,
Hmm.
especially in the esports and all those kind of stuff. That is where people are cribbing. But again, I think government wants to have a control on the kind of fake esport company which are there in the market and which is trying to con people and all those kind of stuff. But otherwise, I don't think there is any taxation which is high because you are using emerging technologies or blockchain.
Right, right. Yeah, I think taxation has become part and parcel of the Indian life any which way. And what you're saying is very pertinent that the taxes are being levied on traders and utilizing the technology itself to build solutions does not really require any kind of a huge sort of an investment or any kind of perhaps a payment that needs to be made intermittently. So those are absolutely valid points. And now, because we are talking so much about the tech itself, I would love to get your opinion on, how you think this technology can perhaps change so many sectors and like beyond finance, perhaps, such as healthcare, logistics, supply chain management. Um, identity verification, which are called decentralized identities that are being created. What is your opinion there? And can you give us some examples of some use cases that you might have come across that you think are very interesting?
So this is a very interesting question. So in terms of supply chain, there is a protocol that we have created called a seal of trust. Okay, what it does is it tracks uh, a product
Hmm.
from the manufacturing to the till
Okay.
the whether it is a genuine product or not.
Okay.
So we did one proof of concept for one of the state governments,
Hmm.
uh, in terms of they wanted to reduce the fake liquor bottles that are floating around.
Right.
We created a proof of concept for them from the manufacturing till it gets delivered to the retail point. There is a QR code which is blockchain enabled, which
Hmm.
keeps tracking where it came from, where all it went, and how it came to the retail space.
Hmm.
This is this is there everywhere because the fake market is huge, the pilferage is huge, and because of this, the revenue loss is huge for any of the brands. And people are showing a lot of interest in adapting to this so that they can leak their revenue loss, number one. And number two, they will know that what I am getting is a genuine product and where it is coming from. This is going on even in the construction industry,
Right.
uh, where they want to know where the cement is coming from, where the steel is coming from. And this is cutting across everywhere, like even in agriculture,
Hmm.
farm to plate kind of a thing, where it got produced and where all it is gone and where it is coming. So this is getting adopted gradually in each and every industry.
Right. So, this is very interesting because I think, like you said, the general perception is that blockchain technology is cryptocurrency, and they just look at finance, as a sector where it is trying to perhaps create a disruption. But like you mentioned, this technology obviously has the power, and we know it to really change the way certain sectors work. And you mentioned the efficacy lies in the fact that there is actually a proof of concept that you have as well for to make sure that these products are not fake in supply chain management. Are there standalone solutions that IBA is working on as well, or do you usually uh, perhaps take startups under your wings who are building such solutions?
So this protocol which I talked about, the seal of trust,
Yes.
that is a protocol which can be applied to any industry.
Okay.
And this protocol, any of our members can use it, and they can develop solutions around that and on top of that.
Okay.
And
So this
also,
is an open source protocol that is available for
it's
anybody to
not
use?
it's not open source.
Okay.
Also, coming to the film industry, I did a panel discussion last year where how blockchain is enabling cross-border co-production kind of an activity.
Hmm.
By adapting to blockchain, it gives trust to both the countries that yes, whatever transaction that is happening in a fair and transparent manner. So even in the film industry, the blockchain is getting adapted more and more.
Right. So yeah, like you mentioned, that this is something that can be used across various sectors, and that is what makes this technology very, very powerful. What are the kind of more exciting developments or use cases that you've seen within Web3? And as your personal